Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are checking out Sanvitalia by Towa. Now, I'm excited to check this out. A lot of you have been recommending that I check out more from Towa from Hololive, so I'm excited to check this out. I'm not too familiar with Towa's voice, but we've heard her like a couple times on this channel, so I'm ready to jump on in. I hope you are as well. Let's hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. She's got a nice low tonality. Nice. Ooh, I like that rise there. That was a super clean transition. Ooh, nice. Listen to that emotion in the voice. She like almost went into like a vocal fry, but not quite. You know, it's like that emotional like break in the voice. That was nice. Ooh, a little cutout there. Alright. Ooh, interesting. So that was a nice transition right there. So we spaced out the lower tonalities and the percussive a little bit for that like slow transition there. So you can hear how we're keeping up the consistency, and then we start spacing it out a bit for the transition here. I'm assuming that's a transition. Hopefully it is. Yep, nice. Ooh, listen to the harmony there for the higher tonality. Nice. Ooh. That was a big swell there. I was not expecting that at all. Nice. Ooh, I like that head voice there. We're still keeping a tiny bit of breathiness into our vocal here, but we're still projecting a lot. And we're keeping the treble tonality, the really high-pitched guitar. We're keeping that, except we're just changing up the rhythm and, you know, the strum pattern and everything. But the tonality and the pitch itself, we're keeping that consistent, and we're building on that instead of switching it up, which I like. I think that's a very, very good choice for this aesthetic here. Nice. Ooh, bring it down. Nice. She did that like emotional break again in her voice, and then we have like a backing echo in the mix right after that. Right here. Ooh. She's got a nice high tonality as well, or I guess treble bass tonality as well. It's just kind of that lift in the voice. It's a very nice juxtaposition between her normal tonality. We're getting a lot more echo in the mix now. Actually, I like that. It feels like the echo kind of teased the vocal layering. So we had the echo effect, then we pulled out and just had the main vocal really on its own, just, you know, with the instrumentation and everything. And then after that, we introduce a backing vocal. So that's actually a really, really solid way to just kind of keep the continuity, keep the, you know, the vibe going, but add these variations and add these little inflections, these small differences in our tracks. Nice build. Nice. Ooh, listen to how that big explanation or expelling there. I mean, and that was really, really nice. She was like belting that out, but it's very controlled, you know. It feels like she's in control of her voice, but she still has that like free projection that's very intense, but still keeps the aesthetic of the softer instrumentation going. I think it's the vocal backing that really contributes to that, because the vocal backing, it adds the intensity, it adds to the projection, but because of, you know, we're not going all in with the mix, you know, we're not belting or screaming or yelling, you know, it adds the softer touch as it matches, you know, the calmer, well, you know, more laid back instrumentation that lends this entire piece or this entire segment right here. It lends it to be more emotional than necessarily like intense or high velocity. It feels like we're still very soft, but just dramatic and emotional and intense. You know, it is intense here. But what the point I'm really trying to make is that the way the vocal layering is done and the way that she's projecting her voice, it doesn't feel forceful as much as it does emotional, which I really, really like for this aesthetic of the instrumentation we've had. Nice. I like that. I like those keys, those segmented bum bum bum, and then it segments this like chorus this chorus. I can't speak. It segments this chorus section right here. Nice. Ooh, that was a big lift there. Ooh, I like that a lot. We had a bass slide and then the guitar comes in with a double stop. That was nice. Nice double stop guitar. Ooh, nice. Really pushing the guitar. Ooh, that was nice. Was that a trade-off between the double stop guitar into the keys? That was nice. Nice. That was awesome. That was an awesome trade-off from the double stop guitar into the keys. That was really, really solid right there. That's awesome. A nice reintroducing. Ooh, okay. Ooh, was not expecting that. Nice. Bringing back the echo. Sustaining the echo. Ooh, I was not expecting that. I was expecting 2 echoes, like how we did before, right? We had an echo, and then we did a backing vocal from before. Not on this segment, but on the segment following the chorus. So here, I'm surprised that instead of referencing that, we went all in. We did echo, echo, and then we had another softer echo after the big note there. We kept the echo. And then we went into keys. I would have expected guitar. That's all nice. All right. That was beautiful. I loved that. That was awesome. Right. Yeah, I mean, Towa's voice is beautiful. She's got an excellent power to her voice, even when she's not going all in. Because we've heard her before get that bit of like a growl in her voice, but here we didn't. I mean, she didn't do that obviously because it wouldn't really fit the aesthetic of this song. But she still has this power, even when she has the softer, breathier vocals. You know, she can get breathy and still have this intensity in her voice, still get this emotion into the mix. And it's awesome, especially on those lists, because even in her head voice, even when she's shooting up high, she still has so much power and so much support, and it's insane to me. But the instrumentation here was actually beautiful. I really, really like this mix. And I like how, you know, it wasn't like overly, it didn't go all in on like switch ups. You know, we didn't try to do a complete like cutout switch up thing. Like obviously we had like, you know, cutouts where we'd pull out the instrumentation on the side of like guitar and bass, but we'd still have like piano, and then we would reintroduce the guitar for the build up, which is, you know, fairly standard, I'd say. But it was what really sold me on the instrumentation was, I mean, probably the trade-off between the guitar and the keys. I loved that. That was awesome. But when we had the double stop guitar up high, and then that blended into the keys on the transition for a key vocal, you know, isolation, and then we reintroduced the guitar after that, and then we led into the next segment. That was beautiful. I loved that a lot. And then also, I like the mix choices on the echo. You know, I usually am very, very apprehensive about, you know, digital effects on vocals. I think that there's a happy medium, and in my opinion, the happy medium is maybe lower than what a lot of people would consider a medium amount of vocal effects. But here it was very clean, and I really, really appreciate how the vocals were treated, because the vocals were treated with a lot of respect. It was mostly just, you know, the basic reverb and, you know, just making the vocals pop in the mix. And other than that, the vocals were kind of allowed to do their own thing. There wasn't like any suppression. I mean, I would have been very, very sad if there was like vocal suppression in the song. Oh, it just wouldn't fit the aesthetic, really. But hearing the echo, I was at first I was like, do we really need an echo effect here? But hearing it, how it was used, I really do appreciate it. I like how we did 2 echoes to introduce our backing vocal for the vocal layering, and then after that, what I thought was going to be a reference to that segment, right? I thought we were going to do 2 echoes and then end on our backing vocal, but instead of ending there, what we did was we did just 3 echoes, but it got a little softer towards the end, right? On the last echo, it was a little softer, so by making the echo less impactful on that last part, we emphasized the impact of the main vocal. because we had this echo that was sustaining the momentum we had going into that last big moment of the main vocal, and then we have that, and then we have an echo to just kind of lead into our piano finish, right? So having the keys close us out, the echo just kind of takes us there. It just kind of lets us ride into those keys, rather than trying to sustain the impact of the main vocal's last moment by having the echo continue. We just kind of let it descend into the keys, have the main vocal be that big spotlight, have that big moment. And I think that was a perfect choice. I think that was perfectly fine. It may not have been the way I would mix it. Like, if I was mixing it, I probably would have had them do another backing vocal to reference what we did before. But in terms of musicality, I think this might be the smarter choice. It might be the more sensible choice, because if I had done that, it maybe wouldn't have the same impact, because we'd have a backing vocal and then we'd just go straight into a piano closing or a key closing. So it might not be the smartest play to end on that layered vocal there, especially when we have a big moment like that, big projection right at the end. So I think it was handled beautifully here. I think it was handled perfectly. So massive props to Towa, massive props to everyone who worked on this. And thank you very much for recommending that I check out Towa here. So thank you very much. As always, feel free to recommend more things for me to check out in the comments below. And if you like this reaction, you want to see more like it, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Aside from that, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.